What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with the all new episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I just completed another video, and I'm gonna do it again with Happy Halloween. All right, let's get into it. So we start off with Maurice and Kimmy. He brought her to a property, and they were talking about creating a way for a house, a driveway, and Kimmy is talking about it like this is supposed to be their dream home, but Maurice said no. This is gonna be like a spec house. I want to understand what a spec house is. Is that like a excuse me, I'm blanking. Is that a like a cabin, another home, like a vacation home? Because this is supposed to be her real estate journey, another venture of her real estate journey, of what she's doing with Jalen with renovation. And she was like, so this isn't for us? Oh, no. Then why did you buy it? Oh, because it was a good deal. So what's the point of it? I figured it'd be for you for your real estate journey, for my real estate journey. I wasn't in the conversation of this was being my real estate journey. Oh, well, see, I was talking to Martell and Maurice. Actually, I was talking to Martell first, then I thought about Marceau. Then I like to think about talking to Uncle Mike, the architect. Why would you want to talk to Martell? He don't have a builder's license. Oh, well, he has a partner. He has a partner, I believe. Somebody, I don't know. Okay. This entire time, I'm like, what? So you bought a land for purchase efforts, and you were already in conversations with Martell about building a home, talking to Uncle Mike about doing architecture, which he is slow as hell. Have you not checked in with Marceau about how far he's been with his house? Still at ground zero. And all of this is supposed to help Kimmy venturing into upgrading her real estate. If this is supposed to be about Kimmy, why wouldn't you have a conversation with her about buying the land? You have already done everything else before then without having a decision with her. And like she said, you have a way of constantly doing things and having very little input from me. And then when it comes down to you giving me the reins of taking over, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Because you have not given me no heads up, no conversation, no communication as to what this is. You practically busted her bubble with saying this is not her dream home. This is for a business venture. Again, Maurice, you have a bad way of communicating. Your communication sucks. And it's like what Kimmy said. I am constantly, don't know how I'm being clear about this. I will always tell Maurice, let me know how things go. But don't listen. And when I say we need to communicate better, he comes with having everything done for me. He has my future outlined for me. And I'm supposed to just go ahead and do it. And she tells him, listen, why is it that you've done all the steps of preparing for things, and then when I'm supposed to come in, or when you tell me to come in, I'm lost? And then 6 months from now, when this still needs to be done, this still needs to be handled, I'm asking you for help. I hear, oh no, babe, I can't. I gotta make this meeting. No, I can't do that. I'll lose money. I gotta make the money, right? No, I got a case I gotta work on. I can't do that. I can't do that. You instantly go ghost and wash your hands of everything you've already prepared without her knowing it. And she's supposed to just go ahead and take over. She is literally coming in with blinders on. Maurice, this is not how you do things. This is not how you conduct business. And this is not how you communicate with your wife about doing stuff. You don't do it like this. This is terrible. And then especially when it comes to Maurice Jr. You were the one that wanted to bring him here. This was your son that you wanted to be with during his last years of school before he goes to college and be an adult. You wanted to bring him for this particular time. And why is it that I'm the one that's doing it? Because you keep telling me you busy. You don't have time. You got to make this meeting. You got to take this case. And then he say, first of all, I'm picking him up for practice. But can you also help with the pickup and the drop off? Nope. Nope. Good night. Because how the heck you going to want to say I'm doing better? I'm going to pick him up. But also, you think you can do the drop off and the pickup? Basically saying, this is my one time showing effort that I'm going to be there, but I'm going to need you to still do it all for me. This is the one time I'm going to do it. You're going to do the rest. Good night, Maurice. Good night. Marlene. Miss Marlene. Martell's mother. They're at her house. Martell's doing the daughter's hair. He never learned how to do it because he felt that was a woman's job. Good night. Now he's a single dad. He definitely needs to learn. He should have been learned when you had them kids. You should have been learned how to do your daughter's hair. There are YouTube videos, my dude. They're not that hard to do a child's head. Anyway, because he's thankful that his mom is a part of his village of helping and blah, blah. And then he talks to his mother about Vegas and how he wanted to talk to Mel about not showboating or not talking to the kids about the song, what the song means. And Miss Marlene said, "Oh, Dad, well, Tank said something like that to me the other day." Really, what he say? He said, "Grandma, Mommy got a song." She said, "What's the song about, baby?" "I don't know. It's a song." So when she heard it, "Oh, that's about your daddy." Here come Martell. "You said that?" "Yeah." "Why you say that?" "Because I wanted to." "Why?" "Because I wanted to." Either way, Martell. You owe Mel an apology, but what I want you to understand is your kids are at an age where they listen to music. They listen to music and they watch this show. You can't possibly tell me that your kids are so small, so baby-like, they don't understand what meanings of songs are. Come on, Martell. You're not that stupid. Like, I'm going to need you to not always find ways of having people protect you from what you've already done. You did this shit. Sorry. You never told Mel, "Listen, when I cheat on you, don't make a song about me." You never said that. And she's doing what she can do. So, good night. So then, we're talking about Marceau's depression and the things that Marceau has talked about kind of got, Maurice and Martell's antennas up to thinking, oh, maybe I'm depressed. And maybe we need to find out, if we need to talk to somebody. Oh, because for Maurice, he has a lot of work. And for Marceau, he got no job. So obviously he's not trying to say he's depressed, but I don't know what you are, Martell, because you just told us you don't come up with a way to buy bigger clothes. You're still in a size medium, shopping at the Gap and shit. Like you shop at Carter's and everything. Like, I don't know. So obviously, they're gonna set up a therapy session to get a little bit of guidance. Here goes his mother. You don't need no therapist. You could be your own therapist. What? What do you mean your own therapist? What are you talking about? Yeah. What do you mean your own therapist? What are you talking about? Like, you can look at yourself and say, oh, this is what I do. Oh, this is what. Oh, okay. Sometimes self-diagnosis don't always help. It always makes it seem as if you will constantly have a battle with what you did wasn't wrong. And that's exactly what's happening. Miss Marlene, you're pretty much telling Martell what he did wasn't wrong and that he don't need a therapist to tell him that he wasn't wrong. But he was wrong. Sometimes another ear can help you. But you don't want that. I don't know why you're trying to pacify your son for not letting him feel that he was wrong. Letting him know from other people that he was wrong. Listen, you got so much stuff on your plate. It's take time to slow down and relax. And then Martell talked about for the last 9 years, it's been hard. Because last year alone was really fast. He didn't get a chance to really look at everything, reset everything. So he's happy that the year is slowed down so he can really look at things how he wanted to look at them. And the mom was like, listen, what happened, happened. What happens for a reason, stay for a reason. I'm like, what? Because apparently it was really frustrating for Martell. Because Miss Marlene had an issue with Mel while the kids were small because Martell was working and she felt like Mel was gonna kill him, like working him to the bone. And then when she be at home not doing nothing, she be calling Martell. I'm like, what? So you're trying to tell me that your son wasn't supposed to work? I mean, he had 4 kids. And the lifestyle that him and Mel worked hard, or can I say Mel, worked hard for the lifestyle that the kids have. You don't mean to tell me that he wasn't supposed to kick it into gear and make sure that the money was coming in, or Mel making sure the money was coming in? I'm confused. So you're trying to paint a picture that because Mel wasn't doing what she was supposed to do, which I'm still lost as to what that was besides giving fellatio, it still gave Martell a pass to go ahead and cheat with coleslaw for 5 years. It's still okay? Things happen for a reason. What the fuck does that mean? Like the fact that she's really like looking down at Mel as to what did she contribute in the marriage, as if what Mel didn't do wasn't pretty much 75 or 85% of the entire marriage, and Martell didn't do shit. He's the ice cream man. Help me understand that, Miss Marlene. Like, and then like the fact that she wants to say, listen, everybody got things they want to say, and I don't care what y'all want to say, but I care how you feel, but I'ma say it. So you got a girl pregnant, and I'm not saying I'm not mad over it, but I'm not gonna lose no sleep over it. The fuck you talking about, Miss Marlene? What are you talking about? Why are you saying as if it's so nonchalant? It is so like of the norm that, oh, well, since Martell was the one that wasn't get what he needed to get, excuse me, he had to go and find it. And I guess, apparently a baby got in the mix. So what's the problem? Why y'all upset? This is the reason why, Miss Marlene. You have not condemned your son. You have not told him how he's fucked up. You have not. You have not held Martell accountable for none of the shit that he does. Obviously, you probably felt like you didn't have to, or Martell promised you to buy you things so you wouldn't question his motives or questioning his sneaky ways. Like last season, you did get on his ass for him fucking up his family, but now this time, switch. Because you don't like the fact that every episode Martell's showing his ass as to why he's fucked up his entire family. He the one that made the decision to go out and have a full-on affair and brought an outside child on it over something so fucking stupid. Probably because, the whole thing with Mel probably had to work more than what she had to. Because again, Martell doesn't have a builder's license. What the fuck does Martell do for money besides this damn show? They've already split the business. And he's definitely not bringing any money for himself. So what is he doing? Nothing. Nothing but trying to paint a picture that this is Mel's fault that where I'm at. No, it's not. It's yours. I've already said the part about the whole song thing, but it really makes me mad that, Miss Marlene is giving Martell a pass as to what he did in his marriage, as if he held his marriage to a T. No, he fucked over his marriage. He didn't give a damn about his marriage. No, if that was the case, then he wouldn't have did what he did. Now all of a sudden he wants to fight for his family back. Fight for his kids' happiness. No, you don't. No, you don't. If that was the case, you wouldn't have did what you did. You should have communicated with your wife about how you felt, but you didn't. So now you're by yourself. Relish, not even relish. Eat your shit. Eat what you did and move on, Martell, please. And Miss Marlene, with your mushroom head ass hair, could go away from me with this. You're exactly that type of mother that will never condemn her son. Never. Never call out your son. Never hold him accountable, because at some point in your time, your son was the only man in your life that you wanted, that had to be in your life. You are probably the example of when your son is the focal point of your life, that you cannot come up with any other way to move on with your life without being so consumed in what your son is doing. Because for Martell to be crying to his mommy about how everybody is making me feel bad, mommy, because I fucked up. They keep on talking about me. They always say I'm fucked up because I did this. And I know I did this, but they keep on talking about me. I don't like it. Shut up, Martell. Crying to your mommy for what? Good night, because that's gonna make me mad for later. So Maurice, they're preparing for a therapy session with Dr. Francis, but he wanted to have it on neutral ground. So they had it at the Scott Center, which did not make any sense to me. What's the point of having it in your empty ass office space? Oh, because you don't want to go to an actual therapist office, so it won't feel like therapy? Then what is this? What is this, a meeting? What? Maurice, everything is not going to be always suspended in a business matter for you. This is about mental health. So you need to break away from being in a business mindset in order for you to understand. So the fact that you told Dr. Francis to come to your office is you creating the narrative of how you want this to go. No. You can't tell therapists how to treat you. You can't. You can't control how therapists treats you. When a therapist says, come to my office, come to my office. And you need to come to know this is a safe space, not a space where you can control. Moving on. So they FaceTime Marceau to see if he's on his way there. He ain't joining because he's not about it. He's not into it. Again, I don't know I don't know. Marie, I don't know, Marceau. Why did you throw out the depression? Did you throw out the depression just to keep your mind off of, or keep you out of fire of not of not, taking your vacation or not taking your anniversary, seriously with Tisha, not participating in what you should have did. Like, help me understand. How is it that you want to say you go through all of this, but the multiple times that it was offered and asked of you to take therapy, you come with an excuse say I'm not into it. Then want to get your elfin ears, or get your gremlin ass on the confessional and say, Dr. Francis like a good guy, but I think for him to be of help, I think he needs to be able to listen and be able to provide feedback, especially for women and my wife or men who think like females. The fuck you talking about? You mean tell Dr. Francis is only qualified to listen to females? He's not qualified to give advice to you? He gave advice to you last episode. You didn't take it because he told you what you were and you didn't like it. You flipped it and made it seem as if it wasn't esteem, but it was. Same as you did with Tisha. When she told you how she wants to be more than just a wife and a mother, you wanted to still tell her she's a wife and a mother, and that's it. But worth more. I'm more than just a wife and a mother. I want to be a businesswoman. I want to be a normal person. I want to be someone's friend. I am more than just a wife and a mother. But no, you did not want to listen to Dr. Francis because what he said was true. You still wanted to flip it and say, girl, you know your wife and a mother. Don't worry about it. I got you. Good night. I think because, Maurice believes that Marceau is not fully believing he's going through therapists, and I don't think he wants to hear from Dr. Francis telling him how he is, and I agree. He don't want to listen to Dr. Francis. He don't, because Dr. Francis will give him the real and not give a fuck because he is getting paid for it. So, So they're having a conversation with Dr. Francis, and he goes to Maurice about what's going on, and he talks about what happened. Marceau admitted he was depressed, and then in terms of how he felt he was depressed based off of his self-diagnosis, Maurice caught on to that. And Dr. Francis was like, oh, so since you're feeling depressed based off of what he said, now you're thinking you are. Okay, well, let's break it down. How do you go about it? Well, based off of how my life has gone, I've been an overachiever, a high achiever, and I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18, and now it's come to the point where it has caused so much conflict in my life, And for Martell, what he said, for him to, go through this and, to deal with things and also to deal with the stress of it, he took a vacation. I hardly ever go on vacation to escape what I'm feeling. I tend to just, go at it and see how I can deal with it. So obviously, but Dr. Francis is paying attention. And he says, Maurice, you are very good with words because you're saying dealing with things and escaping, meaning you're escaping but not dealing with it. You don't want to deal with it. So you want to leave it alone and not let it come with you, or completely separate yourself from understanding or dealing with it. But at the same time, in order for you to deal with it, you have to literally stand still and deal with it. And, to understand exactly what it is that you're feeling. Because, it could be whether you're depressed or not, anxiety, massive stress. It's all about how you feel it. And where you're feeling it, it's up to you to change it. If you know what it is and you don't mind it, you keep it. If you know what it is and don't like it, you'll change it. And ask yourself the $1 million question. What am I costing for me to get what I need to get? And how am I going to feel when I don't get it? So Maurice, he says, I identify with the guy that I see in the future, and I'm that guy. But for me being married, I feel like my wife caused the conflict with my relationship. He said, Nope. Put a pause right there. You are not going to blame your entrepreneurship, your businesses, and your marriage. You're not going to blame that on Kimmy. Your wife is not to blame on how you are creating a competition in your head when it comes to being there for one another. Because it's like what you said. He said he don't take vacations because he feels like he doesn't have to or he doesn't want to. Listen, this is the thing. He got 2 wives. 2 wives. You have the businesses, your entrepreneurship, your businesses, all these hats you carry over here. And then you have your husband, your wife, your family over here. And since you trying to make sure both of them are at a balance, you tend to put one above the other. Like you could be leaving work, going home with your wife, but yet you are stressing and you are also making sure you don't miss that phone call about a business deal, a meeting, a case, because in your brain, you have to make sure you are available for making the money. Don't want to lose out on money, don't want to lose out on this, don't lose out on that. Exactly what Kimmy said. Prioritize your life and make it balanced. So the fact that Maurice is definitely seeing the picture, he's like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. There is no excuse as to why Kimmy is not the forefront of my decision making. And I guess I don't communicate with her as I think I do. And I have to take it in and realize that's really insightful. Because it is. You are definitely treating your business and everything else that you have your name in as you being a graduate for law school, having a credit union business. Like you are definitely creating a competition as to who comes first in your life. And you are always putting business before your marriage. And Dr. Francis say, prioritize your life. Don't let your business tear you away from your wife. Don't do that. And here comes Martell with his stupid ass. Hearing from Dr. Francis, I agree with Dr. Francis 100%. Mel has a need, has a tendency to take on more, and she needs to hear this from Dr. Francis. She needs to also be in this room. What are you talking about, Martell? This is another thing that you're constantly trying to pay Mel as to being this busybody, being this negligent, absentee parent that is not able to be there for her kids full time. I beg to differ, my dude. I bet you differ. You know the reason why Mel has to take on so many hats is because she's the main one making money now. She's the main one on the income board while you're not doing shit. So the fact she has to pretty much, do everything. Come, go to speaking events. She's an author. Now she's a singer. She has a masterclass for real estate. Yes, Mel has to pretty much spread herself all the way thin, take care of her 4 kids, as you constantly want to be a reminder of. Martell, why aren't you never putting yourself in the bracket of being accountable as to why you're fucking up? You don't have a builder's license. You do not have a leg to stand on to come at somebody else on what they're doing for their money and how they're living their life. When you don't have a pot to piss in. I don't even oh my God. That is irritable right now. How trying to say Mel puts work first and kids second? How the hell do you know? I have not seen Mel act as if she is taking on too much, or she is acting like she has to be a single parent. Not even a single parent. She has to be, what's the word? Like pretty much trying to put her in the mindset of she should never have been a mother in the first place, because now she has to make sure she's there for her kid. Mel has never given me the attitude that she cares more about work than her kids. What she does is for her kids. She has said that completely. You're here for selfish reasons. Pay attention to how it's going to affect you and how it's going to help you. Not trying to paint Mel out to be more than what you're trying to paint her out to be. Good night, Martell. I'm done with you. Because you're not realizing what you're at right now. You've lost everything. You have. And Dr. Francis kept pointing out to you, you're the one that lost everything. And you got to be sure you're working on yourself and not working on yourself because someone told you. Because at the end of the day, that's not going to care. It's not going to do nothing. Oh, because someone say, I want this for you. But you have to be the one to do it. Nobody's not going to still root for you if you don't want to do nothing for yourself. Oh, I just cannot. I want to change because of me. I don't want to change because of what society, what social media, what the internet says about me. Like Martell, you are definitely trying to appease to the other spectrum of people trying to give you a pass for your bullshit. And it's not going to work. Tisha, we're at our 2nd annual Destiny Race. The purpose of this race is to have everybody be motivational when it comes to pursuing their goals. And write down what they want in the next year, the next 5 years, and they're going to work towards it and pretty much race to the finish line. Everybody has their own way of doing a race. So it's all about going towards the path and make sure it's the right path. Obviously, Mel is loving the idea that the Scots have because, working on this journey is definitely a self-reflection. and I want to make sure that I'm working on for myself and for my kids. So kudos to y'all. Martell and his mom, that outfit was so not flattering for you and your age. No, ma'am, that. I'm not even gonna shame you. Well, I'm shame you, but I'm also gonna put myself in that mix because listen, I'm not where I'm at right now. I still got some weight to lose, but what you wore was not flattering for your shape. No, no, no. So she almost didn't make it, but Martell wanted her to come. I think Martell wanted her to come so she can fight his battles for him because he knows he's gonna be around other people. They might have a conversation about him, and of course, he doesn't want to be perceived as him being, overbearing or no, not overbearing, passive aggressive and saying things below the belt. He wants his mommy to do it. So, Tiffany and Mel came first place, took a shortcut. Listen, like they said, this was about running the race the way you wanted to, where different paths come into play, and you had to work at it how you want to work at it. So we took a shortcut. And everybody's coming in. Marceau and Maurice gets beat by Martell's kids. I loved it. And then we get to Destiny and Tisha. I don't know what Destiny was doing. I think she was kind of running. And then here come Tisha. She's a runner. She's a track star. Like, she's just like sprinting like a track star. And here come Destiny. Like, she just sprints right past her. And Destiny was like, I don't know why Tisha went out. I wasn't even trying to race. I was just going. Like, okay, Miss Flojo. But, yeah, but that was pretty funny. That was funny. So then, everybody is sitting around huddled up saying congratulations to what you guys want to go through, what you guys want to go for as business wise, family wise, life wise. So then, Tiffany wants to let everybody else know by saying thank you guys for coming to our anniversary. It means a lot to us. And also, I have a question: why is it that when we get together, it's an argument? And Destiny said it's the Martell show. True, it is the Martell show. Because listen, your pain is your pain. Nobody's saying you can't, express your pain, but you tend to lash it out. And it tends to get a little bit more than what it needs to do. Or I say become passive aggressive when it comes to Mel. Now, he wants to say, how you know she's going to react? Okay, well, you constantly bring up ways of talking about stuff that she's going to react to. And it's vice versa. It's vice versa. Mel has a tendency to talk about things to get a rise out of Martell. No, she do. But the way that Martell do it with a grin on his face. Because he likes it. He likes seeing Mel get a rise. He likes seeing Mel go outrage, go all the way above and far. Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm sleepy. And basically, Destiny is just trying to get him to understand, listen, throughout the many times as I've been privy to this group and as many times as we've had events, this has gotten uncomfortable, and I'm going to need you to do, my friend, is to get control of your anger, get control of your emotions, because it is not becoming of you. And while Martell is, trying to give another explanation as to how she's going to react or why she should react, Destiny's like, No. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, I think for Destiny saying, listen, you do not need to have a response to every time somebody says something to you. You need to just accept it and move on. But Destiny, now I understand that you were trying to defend how you felt when it came down to what happened last episode, even though you shouldn't have gotten into it. When it came down to Destiny, Martell and Mel having a conversation about who divorced who, and then he keeps on talking about you blasting me, you blah, 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 and you came in and say, listen, in the day, who gives a fuck? This is what you did. Eat it. Let's move on. Get over it. You're not married. Why are you still having the issue? So, my goodness. It's just like sometimes, Destiny, I want you to keep up with what you said. You said you don't want to referee Martell and Mel no more, but I understand you trying to defend yourself when it comes to you being Martell's friend because you were his friend first. And you're trying to tell him, listen, as much as I have been telling you to control what you need to control, same way Mel needs to control what you need to control, this is becoming too much. The last few times we have all been together, it has been a blow up left and right, and you and Mel have been the cause of it. But most importantly, the way you come out at people, you tend to go below the belt and say things that you shouldn't be talking about. So while she is trying to, have him to understand that, here Martell was like, see, I'm not going to let no woman disrespect me like that. I'm not going to do that. I said she wasn't even cussing you out. She was practically telling you, nigga, grow up. Grow up. Stop trying to antagonize Mel as much as she antagonizes you sometimes, but stop doing it every time. It's getting petty, it's getting childish, it's annoying. We can't have a good time without you guys both going at each other. And the way you do it is you trying to get a rise out of her, talk about meaningless shit because you want to still paint away how we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her, which led me to do this. You still want to put Mel as the forefront of the blame for everything. No. Whether you trying to point out pettiest shit that makes no relevancy to what you did. It will never trump what you did, Martell. No matter how many times you want to make it seem as if she did the same thing that you did. No. So, while Destiny's trying to get him to understand that, Miss Marlene, let her handle it. That's his ex-wife. That's not your wife. That's not your husband. That's not your husband. You are not Mrs. Ho. Miss Destiny was like, I understand all that. Miss Marlene, but at the same time, you wasn't at the conversation that was last night. So let me address it. You weren't there. She said, stay in your lane, left and right. But Miss Marlene in her confessional, now Destiny's a sweet girl, but she don't know me. Listen, I'm Martell's mother first, but I said at the end of the day, I'm about that. So don't come at me like that. So basically saying, listen, in the day, you know, she says, stop trying to defend me all the time. I'm not trying to defend Mel this time. I'm trying to defend for me because this is my friend and I feel like he is not doing what I'm thinking he should do as a friend, which is fucking up. He's already fucked up and he needs to stop before he can't find nobody in his corner to be there for him and give him the real that he needs to hear. So Miss Marlene was like, listen, everybody's going to be banging up on my boy. Nobody's going to be banging up on my boy. Nobody was hanging up on him. I mean, yes, Tiffany brought up that it's the Martell show. He wants attention, which is true. He wants attention. And then, of course, she brings up how it was our anniversary. Happy anniversary to y'all. Miss Marlene, are you even here? Are you even listening? So basically, you know, Destiny's not even here for Miss Marlene. Trying to defend Martell and his actions at the same point in time. Martell needs to get reprimanded, Miss Marlene. You don't want to reprimand your son for some odd reason because you feel like he should not be the main one getting the blame. I don't know what else you want us to do. He's the one that cheated. He's the one that got a fifth child. I'm confused. So then, you know, Lewis and Tiffany are in the confessional, and they're talking about how Martell usually, hey, he can stand up on his own without no problem. But when his mom here, he cowers. Like, he didn't even like, you know, try to come up with a way to raise his hand or ask, can I say something? No, he was too busy protecting the tail between his legs. And he was being a little girl, crying to his mommy, how they're picking on him. Nobody's picking on him. They're telling him that he don't like. They're telling him how his shit don't stink. They're telling him that he's fucked up. He's a fucked up individual that needs help. And he don't like it. Because he feels like, why you guys are coming at me? Come at Mel. We can come at Mel for a lot of petty moments, but at least she didn't do what you did, which is she on national television to bring another kid. How many times that's not going to get addressed? How many times? I don't know. That's not going to be said. Hello. So then, you know, while Miss Marlene leaving after thinking she accomplished by defending her grown-ass son against these people who are like, girl, this is not kindergarten. We did not take your child's toy. We didn't take his toy. We did not take his snack during recess. We didn't do none of that to him. So, Miss Marlene and Miss Vanessa, they go in and say hi because, you know, obviously they haven't seen each other in a while. And they used to come up with, you know, days where they can come together and take the grandchildren. And they want to keep up with that. Because we're the grandmothers. At the end of the day, no matter how much, you know, our kids are not going to be together, we should still be able to be, you know, together for the grandchildren. As they're talking about the grandchildren, here comes Miss Wanda and her painted hair with no edges. Come in stomping. Come in straight stomping. Straight stomping. And, what'd she say? Oh, yeah. Talking about the kids and say, yeah, we got a lot of them going on. Insinuating about Martell's fifth child. Being messy, being ghetto, being nosy. So then, Miss Wanda talks about, yeah, I talked to Martell and Melody about getting back together. Miss Marlene and Miss Vanessa was like, girl, that is not our business. That is not yours. We're not talking about that. On that, Miss Marlene say, deuces, I'm out. So then Miss Wanda wants to still come up with a way of talking about Mel and Martell getting back together. I don't know if Miss Wanda felt like this was supposed to be the canasta group of getting Martell and Mel back together to come up with a plan. No, no. And why is this your main focus? It shouldn't be your main focus. You're not in the family. Good night. So of course, Miss Vanessa tells Miss Wanda that you go on social media and you want to give advice to young girls if they want to get with married men, make sure to get everything the wife gets. How the hell would my daughter take advice from you? Because everything you say to Mel in front of her face be cool, but yet on social media it be negative. So then it's just like, the whole going through things, the whole trying to like understand, like, people go through things. They can always come out on top. Okay, well in this situation, Miss Wanda, they're not gonna come out on top. This relationship is not gonna get salvaged. It's not gonna get fixed. No. This is where it needs to be. And how is she gonna take advice from someone who has a husband and a boyfriend? I did. I do, and I take advice. I own that. I own that. Okay, so again, because one minute you're saying something, but yet you go on social media tearing each other down. AKA, you want to come up with a bullshit ass reason that if Mel and Tisha was to ever not be friends again, then you're going to think that their hatred for each other is going to go into their children. And you think that Mel's daughters are going to be jealous of your grandchildren because they have curlier hair or lighter texture. Get the fuck out of here, Miss Wanda. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you bringing their kids in this? And why are you talking about the kids' texture and the kids' skin? Why? Nobody was talking about their children. Why are you bringing up their children? You are starting shit for some odd reason. Oh, I know why. Because you're jealous of the way that Mel is getting a lot of attention of this show and not Tisha. Well, Tisha needs to not come up with bullshit as ways of being liked. That's why. She needs to be liked for herself, not being liked as being a pick me, pick me, pick me. No. And then of course she wants to come at Miss Vanessa on her dating a married man. I think we kind of are understand the breakdown of what happened between Mel and her father. I believe that Miss Vanessa did know that Mel's father was married, but I don't think Miss Vanessa was gonna chase behind him either. The baby came, he knows she's here. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So move on. So she said, "Listen, Anthony, I don't do this. I don't do ghetto. Miss Wanda, listen here, baby. Before you tell someone they're gonna be ghetto, let me tell you how you're gonna be ghetto. I take these earrings off, I take this wig off, and I put my foot in your ass. That's how I get ghetto. I'm from Besma, okay?" I'll say, "Oh, okay. It's ghetto or ghetto? Like Gitto? Ghetto? Not ghetto. I just want to know. Because then, just because, how you can articulate words better, don't make you better than nobody. That was not what she said. Okay. So listen, don't Marcel and Tisha keep you busy? Keep you busy with your little brain, your little mindset. Go ahead, little brain, go ahead, little hand, go ahead. So, Miss Wanda, I think I do better than all the other parents. Who said that? Nobody gave you the best parent award. Nobody did that for you, Miss Wanda. Best parent where? Who? Who? Because I'm not seeing nothing how you're definitely trying to instill in your daughter that she has to accept what's happening to her because she can live a comfortable life. And I do believe you said in the live, or you give me the feeling of you're happy that Tisha met with Marceau because being married to Marceau, she came out with caramel skin tone children. So her children would definitely be accepted into this world. You giving me that type of feeling. You are. So then they're going back and forth with, okay, Miss Wanda, you can go ahead and walk away. No, you can walk away. Well, you came over here, so step that way. So back and forth, back and forth. So at the same time, they're hearing this, Tisha and Mel trying to come in and divide it and saying, what's going on? What's going on? Your mother has a tendency of putting her foot in her mouth, talking about things she shouldn't know. So talking about how she's want to tell my daughter that she gets good advice, having a boyfriend and a husband. Girl, goodbye. She said, I do. So Tisha's trying to ease it by saying, you guys are both wrong. Like, y'all both have said things. I said, when has Miss Vanessa said things about anybody else on this cast besides Tim Martell? I thought Miss Vanessa didn't have a social media presence. I haven't seen nothing from her. I've only seen your mama on live comments and shit like that. Like, listen, Miss Vanessa, you have been a cyberbully as well. A cyberbully to who? Who, teacher? What are you talking about? Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. So using the word cyberbully, that's kind of going a little bit above Tisha, calling her mother a cyberbully when your mother antagonizes anybody that she sees. She's a cyberbully at that. So then, the things she said are not cool, back and forth, back and forth. And then as Tisha is still trying to ease the tension because both Tisha and her mother are going back and forth with talking to Miss Vanessa, Mel is pretty much looking like, why are we talking like this? What is going on here? She was already confused with, Miss Marlene, and now we got my mother, Miss Wanda. What is happening? So she's trying to ease it, and Tisha puts her hands on Miss Vanessa like this. She said, first of all, don't put your hands on me. I'm sorry. Okay, so you could talk, but don't put your hands on me. So Miss Vanessa's over the conversation. She's like, yo, I'm about to go. Like, I ain't got time to talk about this. This is some ghetto ass shit. I ain't got time to talk about this. So here goes Tisha. First of all, I don't like her mother calling my mother ghetto. We're both country. You guys are both country. And just because you can articulate words better doesn't mean you make you better. That is not what she said, Tisha. What she's saying is your mother has too much, not pride. Your mother has too much glee and too much joy to insert herself into business that's not even hers. That's not even hers. Your mother keeps talking about someone else's business that's not hers. And it's annoying. Take your mother's ghetto-fied ass that way. Take her and her gel painted ass hair. Go away from me. We're in the Amplo gel. The black gel with the Amplo. Yeah, the Amplo gel, the OG gel. Take her out of here because your mother is the main reason why a lot of people don't see it for her. Because she talks about shit she shouldn't be talking about, trying to create where you want to be a constant defense mode for Tisha when nobody did nothing to Tisha. But that's what Miss Wanda's main focal point is, to constantly be up for her daughter, for defending her. But nobody did nothing to her. But Miss Wanda's way is to start messing with everybody else who don't agree with what Tisha do or who don't like what Tisha say. Bullshit. Tisha, get your ghetto ass away from me as well. Good night. But it's all about how your mother don't understand boundaries. Your mother does not understand boundaries, and you are afraid of telling her, "Mommy, you cannot do this." So by the time she brings her mother away, because at the end of the day, Mel's saying, "Listen, Miss Wanda, calm down. We all have sides about us that we need to control. And while we're trying to understand and calm down, you want to raise it back up because either you like conflict, you like making a splash, you like being seen, you want camera time." I think Miss Wanda wants to be the reality mothers that we know and love and sometimes can't stand, like Mama D, Miss Joyce, with Jim Jones' mother, Miss Nancy, Miss Judy. Like, she wants to be that mother on reality TV, that mother we cannot stand, the mother we don't like, the mother who starts mess. That's Miss Wanda. So then again, though, you're both wrong. Here comes Miss Vanessa. Yeah, you're right. We're both wrong for defending our daughters. Okay. So then while they separate, Miss Wanda's talks to Tisha, and then here comes Miss Wanda. I was gonna beat her ass. I was about to beat her ass. I was about to go. I was gonna choke her. I was gonna choke her. I was. Miss Tisha's like, "No, Mom, you cannot do that. You cannot be fighting out in the streets. You are a 57-year-old woman. You can't do that." So then it's just kind of like, Mama, you cannot be handling You cannot be handling people like this. We have different ways of resolving conflict. I don't know, Tisha. Your resolving conflict might not be putting hands on somebody, but your resolving conflict is being passive aggressive and not being honest with how you feeling. That's your resolve. Your mother, straight gutter snipe, want to fight people. Okay. But I'm a grown woman. I can handle myself. And you raised me as a daughter who can defend for yourself, then let me be that. You have to trust me. Okay, fine. But I know a snake when I see one, aka your friend Kimmy. What? Okay, I already spoke to Kimmy. She told me what would happen at the Black. How you told me she told her shut the F up. She said she didn't. You told me she didn't. At the end of the day, we're going to leave it in Vegas. Yeah, but she did because you're being disrespectful. No, Miss Wanda, you were being disrespectful because you come with the same exact statement every time. Why didn't Kimmy defend Tisha? I feel like it's no point for me defending Tisha. Why? I cannot always be defending Tisha when she's wrong. At the end of the day, Tisha needs to stand up for herself. Just like Kimmy has stand up for herself time and time again. I cannot always be there for Tisha. And Tisha does not do the same thing for me. So at the end of the day, Miss Wanda, I'm going to need you to let go whatever hatred you have for Kimmy, because this was years ago now. Get over it. And it's like what Tisha say. At the end of the day, let me handle it myself. I cannot have you acting like this at every event. I cannot have you do that. So now Tisha come with the realization, I think that I might have to put a hold on inviting my mothers to group activities. You are. Because at the end of the day, we're going to be annoyed when they be around you because your mother. You could, like, Tisha, don't, I'm not doing it. No, I'm going to end it right there. They do handle conflict differently, and that's what needs to be understood. Miss Wanda, let your daughter defend herself. And when it comes to something you don't like, okay, go somewhere else and read a book about it. Join a canasta club, join a bridge club, go somewhere else and, have your time occupied differently than on social media, okay? But y'all, that was the end of the episode. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video. And once again, happy Halloween. Bye.